Welcome everybody to TruExact. Sean, we're Brian, XSIQ, Eric, and our special guest today, musician, artist off the Strange label, or Strange music label, Jehry Robinson. How you doing, buddy?
What up, man? Thank you guys for having me today.
Jehry, but I'm so happy you come on. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I heard your music recently, right? I have to say this. This might be the best compliment I've ever given in my life.
Whoa.
I haven't delved into music emotionally connecting to me like this, your catalog, since the Eminem show. Honestly,
Damn.
yeah,
That's real shit.
for real. I'm a little older now, so it's harder to delve into new artists the older you get. But I've gone down the rabbit hole of your stuff recently, and I am just moved by everything you do. I find it phenomenal and amazing. So I just have to get out of the way. All right.
Thank you, man. Much appreciated, man. Thank you so much for checking it out, dude. Shit means a lot.
No problem. So what we want to do before we ask some questions, let's get a background of you. How you got into music in general before even hip hop. Talk about your upbringing, man.
Man, basically, like I was talking to someone last week, and a lot of these podcasts and these interviews like make me ask these questions where I've never like thought of some of these answers before. Like, what was the first time you ever listened to music? I'm like, man, who the fuck remembers that? You know what I mean? But yeah, so like backtracking, when I was probably like 7, 8 years old, my pops worked in Queens. So he was in the city, and like he would come home with these mixtapes all the time, and they were like, it was called Apple, and I've Googled it before. I don't know if it ever blew up or it ever did anything, but this guy Apple, I need to find him, by the way. We need to figure this out. But he had these CDs out, and it was reggae music. So he would kind of just like bring them home, like, here, take this, kid. You know what I mean? I got this at work. And I used to just listen to it constantly. And my parents weren't big like music people. So it was kind of like that, like whatever I got my hands on. Like my cousin gave me a Wyclef CD. So that also goes to reggae, why I probably do reggae and all that. But I had like a Wyclef CD, I had that guy Apple, and I had like maybe 2 or 3 more. And like that was all I knew of music. Like that was it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like I had this, and then I overplayed every fucking thing. And then when I, got a little older, I started, listening to stuff. But that was really the initial, you know what I mean? Was my dad just bringing home like mixtapes from people hustling CDs out of their trunk in Queens, and I would think it was so cool. Like, oh man, and I knew in my head, like I thought these guys were famous, but they were just like guys in the hood, trying to make it. And in my head, it was like, this is Bible. Like these guys are the coolest guys in the world. You can't even Google some of these fucking guys. But yeah, so that's kind of where it started and gave me an interest of like, hey, I want to make a CD or I want to make music. You know what I mean?
I hear a lot of the Wyclef and reggae in like your music, especially Ego. I get it from one of the first times I heard you. I actually said I could like put you in every place I'm at, and you could be playing, whether it's just at a game or just in my basement chilling, or if I'm in Aruba by a fucking pool, I can hear you fit. Like, so I'm sitting there, like, when I heard Ego, I was like, oh my God. Like, I picture myself with I'd hate to like say my drink of choice here. I picture myself with a Bahama Mama
That's real.
At a pool, just like listening to yourself. So just the difference of cultures affecting you is really cool, man. Real cool.
Yeah, definitely. I don't, as you see, like, as you're trying to say, basically, is I just like I don't even understand the concept of like having a genre or doing like one form of music. I mean, I just never did. Like, it was actually a detriment. Like, it hindered me for a little while. I got offered deals from record labels and shit, and they'd be like, all right, listen, we're going to sign you, but we need you to make like a rap album, or we need you to make a pop album, whatever. Like, I had a few different situations. So I would be like, oh, fuck, okay, I got to pick one. And these were like successful people. I'm not going to like name names or whatever, but like these are people I wanted to sign with at the time, or I looked up to, whatever. And I would think that they said it. So I was like, oh, I can't do all of it in one. I have to pick a lane, else it's never going to work. Like, I've sat in so many meetings and they're like, it's never going to work for you until you pick a lane. Like, you're good, you got something, but it's too confusing. You can't do all of these sounds. And then I'd go to the studio and they'd come back with the records and they'd be the same fucking thing with all the sounds. And they'd be like, you can't do this. And I'm like, yo, that's just what I do. And then it made me like not want to be an artist anymore. I was just like, every time I create it, it's not what it's supposed to be. And then I would try to make a rap song or try to make a pop song and without, you know, doing my own thing. And like, I would hate the fucking song. And they would maybe even agree to put it out or sign it. And there was one or two, I actually turned down a deal, you know, where a couple of years ago, where everyone, including my mother, thought I was crazy and was like, you know, you blew your shot. And, you know, I spent a couple months thinking like, man, I really blew my shot over, you know, just my whole thing was like, if I do a song that I don't like, and then let's say it is super successful and I have to perform it for 20 years, like I have to perform a song for 20 fucking years, the next 20 years that I hate. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. So I was like, fuck it. If I have to compromise that much to do what I want to do, I might as well, for money, do something completely different. I might as well go work in an office and then do music as a hobby for fun. And that's really where it was at. It was like, I was making, I'm a video editor. I direct and edit music videos and commercials and stuff like that. I was making money doing that. You know, I went to college for a little bit. I know marketing. I was working at a fashion line in Members Only. I don't know if any of you guys know Members Only, the old school jackets. I was working with them for a while, just, you know, as a job and doing music as a hobby. So, you know, that was really, I just kind of felt like, fuck it. If I'm going to do music, I might as well just do the music I want, even if it's not going to be successful. Yeah. This is what I like to do. I enjoy this shit. And that shout out to Strange Music, man, because they kind of saw it for what it really is, and they just let me be me. You know what I'm saying? And it's working. So I want to
go on. Let me just say this real quick. That's crazy to hear that. I mean, it is crazy in a sense, but not that you'll go into a label and they wanted to kind of put you in a box, because like if. To me personally, if I was a label head and I saw an artist like you where you have so much versatility, I would look at that more as like an asset than anything. Right. I feel like I could literally throw this guy on anything, because you not having necessarily a lane, that is your lane.
Yo, thank you, man. That's dope. That's a dope sentence right there. Yeah, I mean, I think that through trial and pushing, it became now that's the narrative. Like now it's like I talk to other people and work with people, and that's kind of the thing, you know. It's like, oh man, yo, you could do anything. But it is crazy that I spent years of that being a problem, you know what I mean? And shout out to my wife, my manager, my girl, FBA. We started up our own little company, and she was the one that, you know, the whole time was like, fuck these guys. Like, that's why she became my manager. She was just my girl for a long time, like years before we started working together. And like, I would leave the meeting and she'd be like, what? Like, she would be saying what you just said. And like, she's like, what the fuck is wrong with them? And then I'm like, yeah, that's like, you know, her thinking I'm great is like your mom thinking you're handsome. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, all right, babe. You know, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, these guys sell records and they know, and I whatever. So she was actually, you know, we went to a meeting and I agreed. I said, all right, you're going to manage me. Now you got to talk to all these guys at these major labels and shit. And she went in there like, all right, you guys could, excuse my French, you guys could suck a dick. We're going to go do our thing. And I remember leaving the meeting like, yo, are you fucking nuts? Like, I was writing. So here's where it works, right? As an artist, it was a hindrance and it was no good. But as a writer, a songwriter for other people, now all these labels were trying to get me to write songs for other people, and they would take my best songs that I wanted to put out, and they would say, all right, you know, we don't like the rap part on this or whatever, but we're gonna take the hook, and so and so is gonna sing it. This girl's gonna sing the hook, and then I would get, you know, a writing credit, and a lot of times money. I was a ghostwriter, as they call it, and making a living off like people buying my hooks, and then literally some of these songs would hit millions of views and go platinum and whatnot, and I would get like a, you know, a couple $1,000s for my paid for hire on the record, and that's just, you know, that's just like the game and learning the game and understanding. So they give you money. Like if you go to the studio and write a song and someone gives you $2,500 and you're a broke kid, right? And you wrote a song for one day and you're like, what? Holy shit, man. This is amazing. It's an amazing job. I could do this all the time. Not realizing that in 6 months, a year, these songs are going to come out and make millions of dollars. Right. And when you call up and say, hey, you know, I just saw that, you know, that shit is top 10 on the charts. So like, oh yeah, we paid you your $2,500. You're out. And then I'd say, fuck that. And then you call a lawyer and the lawyer reads the contract and goes, yeah, no, you're out. You know, so that it turned into life. So there was a lot of like different valleys to get to this point of being able to just make my own music so fearlessly and say what I want and do what I want. But yeah, there was just, I thought I was a songwriter for like 2 years. I would tell everybody I'm a songwriter. I'm not good as an artist because I do too many different things. Like that was what I told people.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
you know what? Even in those scenarios though, where like you're walking into label meetings like that and they're saying, all right, we want you to be this or we want you to be that. It's a great credit to you because you didn't compromise your integrity for that and say, okay, well, I just want to get a deal. I just want to get signed. I just want to be doing this. Yeah. So I'm going to compromise who I am and the art that I want to make in order to just make this money. And I think one of the more important things to realize, especially in artist perspective, is that these guys aren't necessarily the gatekeepers anymore. I mean, if you really think back to it, they didn't see Napster coming. So they're not really looking out towards the horizon and like, oh, what could possibly put us out of business? They don't know shit.
Yeah. No, and that's what you realize, man. It's just a bunch of, like the older you get, you just realize like all these scary professional adults are just like fucked up kids that never, never really grew up. Now they got a suit and they might have gray hair, but they still don't know shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they're still just trying to figure it out. So, to be fair, coming up, I'm just like, damn, these guys are in a position to fucking help me, or, they have platinum records and I don't, and they'll tell you that shit. Like I've been in the studio like, hey man, maybe we should change this word or change this. And, dudes will be like, I'm sorry, do you have platinum records or do I have platinum records? And you just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? You just shut up. Yeah. You're just like, all right, cool. I shouldn't say anything, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
But like Jehry, really quick, like you said, they don't know shit. They never knew shit. Wow, I'm really burning every bridge possible here, aren't I? But like seriously, the Beatles, before they came into America, their manager at the time, I believe, said you'll never make it. You know what I mean? And Cher was told she'll never make it. Cher's won an Oscar, she's won Grammy. Like, so they really, it's like a manager who's never stepped in the batter's box trying to tell you how to hit. You know what I mean?
Or like when Congress interviews Mark Zuckerberg and they don't even have smartphones and they're talking about Facebook and the internet and they have no idea.
No idea. And we listen to this shit and now it's like, dude, it's like you just said something interesting on burning bridges. Like I walked around so scared to burn any bridges and I felt like that was a part of like going to be a part of my success of like, yo, I know how to keep relationships and whatever. But at the end of the day, yes, relationships are important. But if that person isn't connecting with you like a human being and you guys aren't like friends and you're just there for business, that's not going to work, dude. It's not, it might work for a short time or whatever. But when you really like, for me and Tech9, for example, like, it's not like, hey, nice to meet you, we're gonna work on some business together. It's like, dude, we vibed as human beings, we connected, and now I know him as a person, and we can business comes along with that, and that's why you win, because it's easy to work with someone when you fucking know them. And I could call Tech at 2 a.m, yo, I got an idea. I was working with guys at labels that like, they'd be like, don't ever call me on the weekends, and then it's like they just put this like social structure of like, I'm important, you're this little guy, don't call me. So fuck burning bridges. We do it ourselves. I mean, you got like the Joe Rogans out there. Like Joe Rogan is the biggest podcast in the world, right? You guys are doing a podcast, like biggest podcast in the world. No one owns him. He doesn't need any bridges. He doesn't need anyone. He doesn't have to suck the teat, so to speak. He doesn't have to do shit. He just has to fucking do what he wants. And like, that's what's winning. And the problem is, and the reason that, only 1% or a few percent like don't fail at this shit is because they don't have the balls to do that. They just don't have the balls. Like, people are fucking pussies. People are afraid. People are scared. And I was that part. I say this not as like the big tough guy. I say it as like, I am that guy. I was that guy. And it took years and years of like, wait, hold on. Fuck this. Wait, fuck that. Fuck this. Oh, wait. And I'm coming to a point where it's like, yo, no one can hurt me. No one, also like, no one could really help you either. It's all on you, dude. It's all on you. Like, who cares? If you're gonna burn a bridge, it's like, just make sure that you don't want that. You don't want that person. Even if it's like, I need that person. Like, you don't need anybody. You don't. You just need you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You need you guys right here and this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Two things, Jehry. Brian, Eric, XS, I love you guys. Never call me at 2 a.m. I'm not fucking answering. It's not happening. And you mentioned that your wife now is your manager, and she kind of went in these meetings and say, like, you know, put her foot down.
Yeah.
And that goes, I take that into account with us being men. We're stupid. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Men are stupid. Like we are. So, like, you need a strong woman behind you. There's times my wife will tell me shit like, you're doing something dumb. What are you doing? And it's just
You're fucking up.
yeah, men were just stupid. So we all need strong women behind us to be successful. So I'm happy that worked out for you. And she put her foot down in those meetings. Tell her I said that is awesome.
Yeah, man. And sometimes it just literally takes one other person to fucking see the vision. I mean, here's the thing. I had all these visions. She believed these things because I would tell her, yo, fuck that guy. Fuck this. Fuck that. And then I would go in the meeting and shut up like a bitch. You know, so like that's and that was, you're burning those bridges or whatever, or you know, just financially, it's like I was making money, and then it's like you realize, yeah, you're gonna keep making. You know, if you're making a couple grand a song and you're doing a lot of songs, like I was doing okay financially, but I'm realizing, oh wow, I'm missing out on millions of dollars. So I can just, people stay in that game for their whole life. They just shut the fuck up, write songs, and they get paid, and they pay their mortgage, and they have their kids, and they live their life, and they go on. But and they know, a lot of them know. They're like, yo, yeah, I know I could be getting a percentage of this, but you know, that's not what it is for me. And then they just keep doing it. Like I could have just stayed and kept doing that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, she definitely came through, and she's a boss. But I kind of like, I molded her. Like I would yell at her all the time. Like I'm like a fucking Tony Robbins wannabe, Gary Vaynerchuk fucking. I can't help it. I just like, I hate laziness. I hate people who just like sit or complain. Like I cannot fucking stand it. I cannot be around that shit, because it's like, I don't care if you're dumb. I don't care if you're smart. Like you could be doing more. Everyone could be doing fucking more, dude. Right. Like anytime you're sitting around playing a video game, watching Netflix, fucking doing whatever you're doing, like there's something that you could be doing that could be helping you and your family be better. You know what I'm saying? So I would do that to her and say, yo, I actually, by a chance, I got to meet the homie Macklemore 3 years ago, 3 years ago. That's when she started managing me. I went to LA. My friend Jason Koenig took me out there, and I was working on a project with him, and he does all Macklemore's videos, and now Ed Sheeran and Cardi B and whatever. He's the GOAT on the video shit. But shout out to Jason. Jason took me out to LA, and I got to meet Macklemore, and I realized that his wife was very integral to the beginning of his career, and on like a managerial, she helped print up the merch and independently. And when I got home, I looked at my girl. I was like, hey, yo, Macklemore's wife's out there doing whatever. So I kind of pushed it so hard that like I created a monster now. Now she's like fucking, you know, manager of the year and shit. But I would just kind of just straight up every day be like, yo, you should be helping me. Anytime I lost the deal or I didn't get what I was supposed to, I'd be like, you could have helped me. You should have been on the phone. You could have. I can't handle this shit. And when it comes to business, I'm a savage, and I run other businesses like, you know, a video company and all this other stuff. But I don't care about that. And I could be like, nah, here's what the price is, whatever. But when it comes to music, it's so, you know, it's so like sentimental to me, like that I fuck up, and I'm just like, yeah, all right, cool, put the song in the movie. And they're like, whoa, we didn't say the price yet. You know, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, sure. Like I just want my song in the movie, please. Yeah. You know, if it's a big movie and you guys are gonna put it on the trailer, right? Which is situations that happened to me before. I'm like, dude, please put my song on the trailer of that movie. And I say yes before they even tell me what the money is or what the deal is. So I need that person to be like, hold up, Jehry, sit down. Let me talk to this guy. How much is he getting paid? Da da da. And like a lot of artists don't realize that. And it's not even that they're stupid or they're not business savvy. Like I studied business in school. I understand business. I understand numbers. But again, when it comes to my song being in a movie, it all goes out the window. And I'm like, yo, get that shit on the movie. Let's go. It's dope. You know. Yeah. And I just say yes to everything when it comes. You want to do a show? Yeah, I'm in. And it's like, damn, how much, where, who's paying for travel? Yeah. I'm down to do the show. You said it's 2,000 people. I'm doing it, you know? So, yeah, so there's definitely that side. And a lot of artists don't get that either. So they run around managing themselves and fucking this shit up.
Eric, I want to pass it to you if you have any
questions. Yeah, since you are so versatile, how do you come up with the ideas for songs? Because the 3 YouTube videos I've been sending to a bunch of my friends. Be Someone, In My Fields, and Daylight, and they're all so different.
Yeah.
right? So it's like when I sent it to them, like, this is the same guy. I'm like, that's one person that's doing all this.
Yeah.
Like, so what needs to go from, all right, I wrote.
It's like Cactus Jack, Mankind, and Dude Love.
Hey,
Yeah.
So,
I got a song called Monday Night Raw. Actually, I fuck with wrestling when I was a kid, man. Heavy. I guess the answer to that is like when I go into the studio, like I never go in really. I'm not usually the type to have like, oh, I got this idea. Like some people do, you know, everybody's different, but like people come in, I got this idea, I want to make this song about this, this, and this, and you know, it has a clear vision on it. I go in there like whatever comes out is what I'm feeling that day. So if I'm feeling like shit or sad, like it's just gonna fucking translate. And I produce a lot of the music too. I don't know if you know that. I play piano and I do drums and engineer and mix and all that shit. So I actually I start in silence, and then at the end of it, it's a full song. It's the beat, it's the words, it's the everything. So it's like literally what I'm feeling. So if I'm like angry, like if my boys are pissing me off and I'm feeling betrayed, you're gonna have a song called Betrayal that day, and it's gonna be about like fuck everybody, I don't need y'all. You know what I mean? And then if if my grandma passes away, or my cousin Michael, I don't know if you heard Michael, it's on my album, like you're gonna get that. So it's like I never really try to confine myself to like a genre or a fucking or a sound or an idea before I go in. It's just like, here's something's gonna fucking spew out right now, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're getting. You're just getting that.
Yeah, the videos are good too. Like the Be Someone video, that's a very powerful message and whatnot. And I sent that to a bunch of people. What made you, did you have a lot to do with the idea for that video?
Yeah, I mean, every video, video is something that to me I love just as much as the music. You know what I mean? And my team, my FBA team with my girl, like we write all the treatments, shit, we write it down. But yeah, that video was that dude, Jamie Wilson, is a transgender person that I was working with at the time. He literally blew my mind because, right away I didn't really know or understand what it was. And then, he had a career, or he sang a bit when he was a female, and then he transitioned to male. And it was mind blowing to me. And I was kind of, I don't want to say ignorant to that type of shit, but I just never knew a transgender person, you know what I'm saying? Or I think when we think transgender, a lot of people think of like Caitlyn Jenner, you know what I'm saying? They think of like one or two people. And then you really meet like a human being, and you're like, wow, this is a good person. And, you start to get it more. Like a lot of times, all it takes is like, if you have some sort of preconceived notion, if anyone even in this room does, like all it takes is to talk to a human being and have them like explain why or whatever. And then you're like, damn, man, you know what I mean? Like, why are people so mean to this fucking kid? Or why would someone treat you like that? So, so what I did there was important. He had told Tara too that there's not, if a transgender person is in a music video or in a movie or something, like they'll be in the movie as a transgender person, when what they really want is like Jamie just wants people to recognize him as a male.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was a female, he transitioned, so now he's a male. That's it. Like he's like, oh, I don't know what to call these people. A lot of people, he wants to be a man, he's a dude. He looks like a dude. He talks like a dude, is a dude, and we just casted him as so. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who he is. And I thought that was really dope. So, yeah, a lot of thought went into that. And we shot that shit, like, fucking 2 days with, like, $0. I think, I'm not going to say it's never.
Yeah.
Shit. We shot that for no money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it came out really dope.
Where was that? Where did you shoot?
Brooklyn. That was at my apartment in Brooklyn. The roof is all. Yeah, it's all. I lived in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, home of fucking Jay-Z and Biggie and shit for a while. Yeah.
I wanna pass this to XSIQ because I know the drumming thing came up, and he's a drummer. So if you wanna chime in, man.
Yeah. Well, I actually have a different sort of question. So I recently started getting into making my own music myself, kind of like Scott's been saying. Before COVID hit, I started like going out and performing. I put out my first project in October, and I got like 4 months in of like doing open mics before, COVID hit, and stuff's kind of been a little bit different. But I guess my question is, it's probably hard to think back to like open mic phase for you, but
No.
okay. Well, would you say like, how do I word this? Like milestones going from like early game of doing open mics to like the mid game of kind of how you were explaining how you're writing choruses and stuff, and then now you like landed at like the home destination, like Strange Music. Would you say it's like a combination of networking and also trying to like hit as many different spots as possible? Because I know you're from the city.
Yeah.
And so not necessarily networking in the sense of like label people, but like getting the opportunities to, like you said, like go to California with these people who, you know, direct videos and stuff like that. People who are like more working.
That is number one, and networking is networking is a weird word, right? Like, so now networking, they used to be event. You have to go meet people. You have to physically meet people.
Right.
I met a girl, like for instance, how I met Jason Koenig. I met a girl in a studio. She said, yeah, I work with Macklemore. My eyes lit up. I said, Macklemore, I love Macklemore. He's dope, you know, da da da. She's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So she started talking about her going on tour with him or whatever. And she works with this guy, Jason Koenig, right? So I said, do you have his number? And she said, what? I said, do you have his number? And she was like, I don't know if I should like give it to you. I said, oh, why not? Give it to me. And she gave it to me. And I called him on a fucking Sunday at 7 o'clock. I said, what's up, bro? And that is what people won't do right there. So you could pay for a seminar, and you could like networking seminar and meet other people and do it. Or you could just be like, yo, let me go on this guy's Instagram. I'm going to DM this motherfucker every day until he writes me back. And if I see seen, that's disrespectful. You should at least give me a fucking emoji back. You seen it. You can't say, hey, you can't say, I can't talk right now. That's rude, dude. So at the end of the day, that's a big component. Who do you want to work with? What do you want to do? Know exactly what the fuck that is. The reason I work with Strange is because we started FBA, and then my girl convinced me to put out a little CD. It started, and this is also years after writing and all that shit, 4 years ago. So we put out a CD in 2016, 17, mind you. I thought that she was crazy. I said, no one is going to buy a fucking CD. Why don't we put more money into videos and Facebook ads? Like, that's what people do. And in her mind, she said, no, that's exactly what everyone does. So let's go back and let's do a CD. And I was like, that's a crazy idea. She spent a lot of money we did not really have at the time, and a couple grand on CDs and whatever. And we wound up selling all of them. We wound up selling out these shows, and we were doing, I call it the first 300 people would come to these shows and sing every word. And that was it. Nobody else knew who I was at that point. And it was powerful, but it was also like, we got fucking stagnant. So at the end of the day, I was watching YouTube, and I typed in, I was in a bad mood because it was the fourth show, we did 300 people. And although the first show I was fucking on fire, and I felt like, wow, I know my calling. I'm supposed to be an artist and not a writer. And this is it. All these people sang my words. Second show, cool. Third show, okay. By the fourth, fifth show, I'm like, damn, am I just going to do 300 people shows forever? It's never going to grow. It wasn't growing. It was just staying. So I typed in inspirational music stories on YouTube on like my Fire Stick. Like, I think that's what I wrote, something like that, at like 3 a.m. And first it was like Master P and Dame Dash and Jay-Z. And then it was Travis O'Gwen and Tech Nine. I have never heard of Travis O'Gwen at the time. I've heard of Tech Nine because he's a fucking legend. I'm a fan. And I didn't know about Strange Music. I didn't even know what that was.
Really?
And
wow.
I'm looking at it, and we're selling merch, man. We're selling like 80 pieces of merch a month, which, by the way, people be like, oh, that's like, sounds like 80 pieces of merch is a lot. That's another thing too. Stop trying to get 1 million followers. Try to get 1,000 people to buy your shit. Try to get 1,000 people to buy your shit for $10. Yep. Don't try to get 1 million people to follow you for no reason, right? So I was on that mindset. And then I saw the factories and Strange Music, and I don't know if everyone is familiar with what Strange is. And I didn't know that. I didn't even know. I was like, holy shit. I was like a little kid. And you know what I said? I said to Tara, I said, yo, get me a meeting with this man right here. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. Because she's just like, I guide the ship. She just, I come up with the ideas, and she gets them done. So she 2 weeks later, she's like, oh, I can't, you don't know who those guys are. Those guys are like impossible. I was like, I don't know what that means. Just give me a meeting. What's the big deal? And long story short, eventually, after emailing, and then she said, I said, did you email him? And she said, yeah, 5 times. All right, let me email him. And then eventually he played 15 seconds of a song, and it was enough for him to like keep listening or whatever. And we wound up flying out there and doing it. Point being, right, know exactly what the fuck you want to do. That's it. Like, I want to be famous. I want to go on tour. I want to make a hit song. No. With who? How? Who's your fan base? Who you working with? Who produced it? Who wrote it? You know what I'm saying? Where'd you record it?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing as like if you get in your car and you just put New Jersey. If I'm in Kansas City right now. If I got in my car and put in my GPS New Jersey, I'm going to get to New Jersey. But if I want to go to your house, I got to put your fucking address. I got to know exactly where the fuck you live, and I'll get there, guaranteed. If I put one of your addresses in my GPS, I'll be there in 17 hours, 18 hours. I'll 100% be there. If I put New Jersey and you guys don't give me your fucking address, I'm not going to find you guys. I'm going to go out to New Jersey for 2 weeks and drive around until I see one of y'all, and I'm not going to see any of y'all. But all I need is that exact fucking destination, and I will absolutely 100% be there. It is no different in life with whatever you want to do. Obviously, talent plays a role.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Building 10,000 hours, that whole 10,000 hours shit is real. It's real. That's a real thing. If you want to do it, if I wanted to start juggling right now and I took 3 fucking oranges, I would drop them all over the place. 10,000 hours later, if I literally put an hour a day, fucking 5 hours, 10 hours a day, I don't care, even 2,000 hours in, if I saw y'all, I'd be like, yo, check this out. Guarantee I'd be able to put them up in the air. Guaranteed. I don't give a fuck if you are half, I don't want to use the R word, if you are not smart, you know, or smart, if you did well in school or not. If you put 10,000 hours into juggling, I don't give a fuck. Literally a chimpanzee did that. A chimpanzee would be able to juggle. If you want to rap or sing or make beats, 10,000. So it's like, oh, did you put 10,000 hours in? No. Are you trying? No. All right, I got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because if you put 10,000 hours in, you don't have to say you did. Everyone knows because it shows. And it's like nobody wants to put 10,000 hours in, and that's why 1% of people are successful and 99 fail.
I love the GPS analogy. That's great.
Yeah. It's real shit. Not the first time I used that one.
No, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
That's an extremely inspiring.
Yeah, be a risk taker is what I took out of that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Like, fucking go for it.
No one's gonna eat you, dude. Like if you get a number like of someone you want to talk to, I know people who got numbers and emails like, oh, I don't know what to say to him. I haven't emailed him. Fucking email him, dude. DM him. Call him. What the fuck is he gonna do? Say, hey, you're a creep. Don't call me and hang up. Okay, keep it moving. Who gives a fuck? Right. Who gives a fuck? Nobody is that important. Nobody is that important. I don't give a fuck who you are. Like nobody. I'm not scared of anybody. I'm not scared to speak with anybody. I don't idolize anybody. I don't care. Everybody is the same. It's just like some people put in 10,000 hours and shit and work hard or whatever. Some people don't. But like either way, I don't disrespect either side of it. No matter what you do in life, I got love for you. I don't want to see anything bad happen to a living, breathing human. It's all good. But at the same time, I don't like when, if you work at, if you're a teacher and you wake up every day and smile and go, oh my God, I can't wait to teach this lesson. Oh my God, this is going to be such a good day. The kids are going to learn about fucking the ocean today and I'm excited. You're a super success to me. That's what a successful person is. If you're a teacher, you could have the same profession and you wake up every day and go, fuck, you're not successful. So it's not about your job. You know what I'm saying? It's not about anything but your feeling towards it and all that. So that's what people don't get. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this person is successful because they have money. That person's miserable and their wife is fucking the whole town and they love their wife and they don't know and they're being, you know what I mean? They're being deceived every day. That person, just because they have money doesn't mean shit. Just because that person is has a successful music career, they wanted to be a fucking golfer. They didn't want to do music. There's people who have successful careers on accident. That like get into shit and they're just really good at something, but they don't like it. I know musicians, I know famous artists that are like, man, you know, I really, really like wanted to, you know, go to school. I had a 4.0 GPA and I could have gotten into Harvard, but I had to go on tour. And I really wanted to go to Harvard. And I hate touring and I hate doing music. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like, just because someone is successful in the eyes of people. You meet people and go, damn, and you realize everyone is just insecure. You realize some of the I've sat with literally greats in the studio that have played me songs and been like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if this is good. I'm like, are you joking around right now? Or like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you realize people are just fucking humans. We all are basically the same. And then I don't know if you guys are religious. I don't get into religion or politics. Definitely not my music. Usually not on podcasts. But lately I've just been saying, like, I personally, and I am not pushing on anyone, I believe in God. And in my belief in God, that's the only thing that I'm scared of, is that. Like, the rest of it is just like bullshit. That's I give it all to him, and whether I win or lose, like, it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make a great album, he did, and if it failed, I didn't fail, he did. So whether that's a crutch or whatever people say, like, oh, that's just a crutch, sure, whatever it is to you, I believe that, you know, one thing in common with all the people I aspire to be like, that won Grammys or did this, first thing they say is, I want to thank God. And I didn't believe in God for a while. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of friends at a young age, so I didn't believe in that. But, you know, I found that too. That's a big thing. That's a big thing that I move with, is like, yeah, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of COVID. I'm not scared of anything. You know what I mean? I'm just not scared. And if I die, I get to go see God. It's even better. You
That's
know
like me.
so,
If I pass away, I get to see all the animals I loved. That's what I'm looking forward to.
yeah.
Jerry,
my mom told me they're still on a farm somewhere.
My cat Whiskers. Yeah, my cat Whiskers.
is up there.
Yeah, Whiskers is gone. But Jerry, what you said, like, people are scared to do it. As far as this podcast you're on right now, we're essentially like, we just started a year ago, and the amount of people we've had on, like, we're extremely grateful for. Like 45 to 50 guests on, rap artists, shark experts, UB, DJ Hoppa, just to throw out some people. And it just took messaging them. And now, like, it really was through DMs, like we DM'd you. And, 90% of the time they might not respond, but so what? You shot your shot. Like,
honestly, I know that's like so simple. It's like, of course, but it's like, dude, that is like why everyone doesn't do shit. It's just like, they don't do it. You just don't. You didn't ask anyone, and you didn't fucking tell your friends to come together and start a fucking Skype. Like, I made a vow that I would do every podcast that I am offered this year. I've done every single one that I've been offered, big, small. One of them, I did probably 4 this week. One of them, I think, has 7 fucking subscribers on it. You know, no one's even going to watch that, really. But I spoke to the dude, and he wanted to interview me. You know what I mean? It's just like, why do we, and there's a lot of people like that, believe it or not. There's a lot of big artists that will do this, that will do anything, because, you know what I mean? That's what this is. We're learning. We're figuring it out. This might be the biggest podcast in 2 years. You guys might have the biggest podcast in the world, and this shit might have 10 million views. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? It depends how hard you go. You might just get that lucky guest that says some shit that goes super viral, and now your podcast is popping. Right. You know what I mean? You never know, man.
Yeah, but it's like you get in, and this is everybody, you get in your own way. There's nobody that's ever stopping you from doing anything, because even with the messaging, like, all right, like, we would send a message to you, and we're like, oh, no, he signs to Strange Music. There's no way he's going to look at this shit. Right? Immediately, before I've even sent you anything, I've already stopped. You're not going to answer. There's no way. You're too busy. You ain't got time for this shit. Right? But we send the message anyway, and you respond.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, and what it does is, now that it gets rid of that belief of like, oh, this can't happen. There's no way that this can happen.
Well, and most artists, like, even for you guys in particular, most artists will look at your repertoire of artists and be like, oh, Jerry did this shit, and so did. All right, yeah, I'll do it. That's how most artists move. You know what I'm saying? But like, now you got more people because you're taking that shit. I just say, go fucking, like, it's just, people really act like they're gonna die, like, if they make a fucking cold call and like answer. Like, it's like, dude, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, who cares? Like, why do you care so much what people think? Like, if they fucking think you're a cornball, or if they think you're you know what I'm saying? Like what do you think? Well, I don't know what people think. Same approach with like single dudes. Like, they won't walk up to a lot of guys, a lot of my friends. Like, they're not just gonna approach a girl like, nah. They'll be like, oh, she's really hot, and they'll just sit at the other end of the bar the whole night until she leaves, and be like, damn, I should have spoken to her, right? That happens all the time. Like, I cannot understand that, and I feel like I work to like rid that, and if people got rid of that shit, everyone would just run out here rampant, just doing crazy shit. But unfortunately, most people are just scared as fuck of the world, and now the world is trying to make you even more scared. Like, oh, wear a mask, dude. You know, like just be scared, everyone be scared. Oh, you're not scared? Oh wait, here's another reason to be scared. Like, fuck that. Like, no one
hornets.
Yeah, no one
Murder hornets.
But yeah, that's like, dude, that's like watching the fucking news. I never turn the news on in the morning, at night, at any point of the day. Because if you go, like, all right, if I go to the gym in the morning, I just happen to glance over at the TV. All they'll tell you about who died last night, what building burnt down, who got robbed, who got stabbed. Why do I need to start my day with that shit? Why do I need to start my day with fear?
And at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's nice to be informed. It's nice to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to like, okay, something blew up in Syria, you know, and like your heart goes out to people. But, but it's like, okay, read an article or see it, keep it moving. Like my parents, man, they will put the news on. Like when I go visit my parents, dude, they just like keep the news on as it's like a constant loop. And the news loops. It just loops. It's like literally like that's actually brainwashing. Like anything that loops like that, don't trust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like anything that just goes over and over and over again, you should not trust, because it's just like, yo, you didn't hear it the first time, or you don't believe it. Let me show you one more time. You know, if something's that powerful, you need to hear that shit once. You know what I'm saying? Someone told me, yo, there's a disease going around. You know, everybody's dying. Don't go outside. What? I don't need to hear that 18,000 times. You told me that once. I'm paying attention. So yeah, it's I just feel like the fear. Actually, Travis O'Gwen, who is I told him in the beginning. I actually originally he's my mentor. You know what I mean? For real. In the past like year, he's taught me more than like the rest of anyone has ever taught me in my whole life, really. So, which is crazy. So I told like. That one of the first piece of advice that he gave me coming to Kansas City, I said, you know, on some corny shit, I say this type of stuff too. Like, hey, if you could leave me one piece of advice, you know, I was like, I was doing a podcast with him, and he was like, eliminate fear. He said, there's no return of investment on fear. You get literally nothing back from it. It is the most pointless emotion. It is the most pointless thing to have. And once you eliminate it, everything comes true. And that was fucking real as shit. And it's like, here's the thing. If like some dude at the supermarket tells you that, you're like, all right, bro. Yeah. Where are the chips again? But when a dude who's worth nearly $1 billion fucking dollars and did all the shit that you're trying to do tells you some shit like that, it just weighed super heavy on me. It's like, yeah, fuck that. Like, what am I scared of? What the fuck am I scared of? That's the question you should ask yourself every day. Like, wait, what am I scared of? Why? All right, I want this. Like, everybody wants it. Whether it's material or not, right? Everybody wants a brand new car or nicer things or the better quality of life. We all do. I don't care if that's selfish or perceived a certain way. Everyone likes nice shit, right? We like to feel clean. We like to get a haircut. We like to put on an outfit and feel good. So it's like, if you can't get all of those things you want, you have to think, what am I scared of? And there's something. There's something, like you'll find it, but like no one wants to ask that question. But like you're scared of something that you're not making that phone call, like you just said. Like you're not fucking, you know, you're not dropping that song on SoundCloud that you wanted to. You're an artist. I know artists that are better than me, that are remarkable, that have whole albums on their laptops, recorded, ready to go, not out. They just don't put it out.
Jehry, I want to say, because you said that it took you a while to like knock the negativity like out, and just you don't want to be surrounded by that shit anymore. One of the things I like in your music is the authenticity. When I look at anything music wise, whether it's rap or rock, I like authenticity. I'm actually, to be honest, I'm never really like that into the type of, I don't want to call it like this, like Daylight, the you already know that I'm the true, like the singing type stuff. I'm really never drawn to that much, because I feel like a lot of artists who do it, it's not really authentic. You though, honestly, it like comes off as so genuine to where like there's so much fucking feeling involved. So like, was there negativity a lot in your, not, I want to say your life, but like motivation aspects and writing that shit, like in my feels? And like, when did you realize you had to just shut that shit out?
Yeah, I came up, I mean, not to sound like every rapper ever, but I came up with fucking nothing, dude. Like I literally like, you know, grew up outside of New York City and Long Island. You know, we weren't, I say in one line, like I didn't grow up poor, but I didn't grow up rich. You know, in the way of like, we never had extra, you know, like I never had a fucking PlayStation or like my mother is a saint. I had a great family life, but we just never had, I don't know a millionaire. I never met a person with $1 million before. You know what I'm saying? All my friends and family all do the same shit. And they all, you know, they all never seen anyone do what I'm doing now. They never, we have no fucking person to look at and be like, hey, they did it. Like, I'm trying to be that guy. So yeah, there's a lot of negativity always around me. And what I learned early on, I'm into a lot of self-motivational shit. You know, there's this guy, Earl Nightingale, or like, I don't really believe in, like, I don't know if you guys know The Secret or The Strangest Secret, the books, The Secret. Yeah. There's so much wrong with that. There's a lot of good in there, but I read all that stuff. But at the end of the day, physically, this is real shit. And I don't know if you know this or not, but if you don't, this is a gem, because physically, scientifically, your brain, it's like you said, you go to the gym in the morning, right? So your brain actually has receptors. Every time you have a negative thought, or you are sad or upset or mad, there's like these things that float around like this, and they go like this, and they lock in. Every time you're sad, they lock in on your left side, right? They'll lock in. Don't quote me to the sides, I don't know. But I'm not a scientist. But what I do know is this is facts. You can Google it to your own way. So there's receptors. Every time you're sad, they lock in. And then on the other side, when you're happy, they lock in, right? So the thing is, the more you are sad or happy, either way, they just automatically start to come together more. So every time you don't feel good, or you feel negative, or you feel sad, even down to like, let's say this is a good thing for a pandemic, but like a concert or a trip, or you're going to see the girl you like. Every time you feel like, damn, life's over, life sucks, I'm in a bad mood, think of the concert coming up. Oh, I got that concert coming up. Oh, I got that trip coming up. Oh, I'm going to go see so-and-so. Okay. And then try to focus on that thought. Just think of a thought that makes you not feel that way and push, because you could actually, like going to the gym, you work your fucking mind out. And then eventually, if you keep fighting that fucking thought, because I suffer from depression, dude. Like I was suicidal and shit. Like I just wanted to leave. Like I was just like, I did not want to wake up in the morning anymore. For, I'd say maybe 5 years ago, it was probably a good 1.5 years I went through, where I was writing and everything I was writing was blowing up. You know what I'm saying? And all these people were making millions of dollars, and I felt like, yo, I missed my shot, and I'm not good enough to be involved in that, I guess. And you hear your words being sung by someone, right, and the song's big, and like no one cares about you, and you're just a piece of shit. So, you know, just dumb shit, where I'm getting, you know, I'm drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I'm sitting on my kitchen floor, and I'm feeling horrible. And then, you know, reading this material and saying, damn, you could actually physically train your brain, like the gym. I don't think a lot of people understand that, like how true that really is. So like, at this point, I feel like I went so positive. It's like, fuck that. The negative doesn't even seep in anymore. As soon as a negative thought comes, it's like, fuck that. Why am I doing that? I'm out of here. But it took years of like feeling sad, being down, and going, no. Don't, like literally saying, don't think about that, Jehry. Don't think about that right now. Why are you thinking about that? That's not helping you. What's helping you is, let's think about, you got that concert coming up. So let's make a post on Facebook about your concert, and then, you know, get that endorphin of that one person that's like, hey, I'll be there. Like, hey, thanks. You know, like I needed to make that post at that time. Make a post though. You know what I'm saying? Make a post. If you're feeling shitty, just don't tell everyone your fucking problems. That's annoying too. Nobody wants that guy. But say something, you know what I mean? Say something. Be like, you know, hey, what'd you guys think of the last podcast? When you're feeling down, because you'll get that one person to comment that goes, ooh, I really liked it. And then you say, cool. Now you're talking to that person. You're a little bit out of that. You're a little bit out of that state. So just take proactive action to, you know, to fight it. And then it will just eventually get stronger. The same way, if you lifted weights, you can't do it right now. In fucking 6 months, you're going to lift that shit up. It's the same thing.
Like it's developing new patterns, because when your mind is constantly trying to make routine, even with your day, you know, anything that you do. So the same thing goes with your thoughts. If you're constantly in the negative, wouldn't it make sense that you're going to keep going down that road? But
you get used to it.
Yeah, if you do what you say, like, okay, you have a negative thought come in, you're like, nah, fuck that. And then you think of something else. Over time, repeatedly, just like going to the gym, you're going to grow muscles, and your brain grows muscles in the same way.
It sounds like it's the simplest fucking thing in the world when you put it to a physical, like muscle, or your arms or your legs or your chest muscles. If you do that, everyone gets it. When you say that to people, they're just like, yeah. Like nobody wants to hear that shit, but like, and I don't know the science of it. It's way more intricate. First off, the human brain is the only thing that we can't fucking recreate. We can't reverse engineer it. Like no scientists, we don't know how this shit works up here. You know, that's why I do believe in God. That's my sole reason. Who made the brain? I don't know. I'm just gonna give it to God, because like, who made that? It's very complex, the way it's done. And it's literally the most powerful fucking tool on the planet. It is the most powerful thing. It is what makes us different than fucking animals. You know, the animals wake up and they're hungry, and then they go eat, and then they go to sleep. Like, we think, we feel, we're sad, we're happy. We have ideas that, like, we could take something in our head and then make it occur. Like, animals can't do that. No one could do that. Nothing else can do that.
Hold on, that we know of. That we know of.
Fair. Yeah, that's
We
true
can go
too.
that shit.
That's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, for
Jehry,
sure.
That's
Jehry, now you said you weren't really familiar with strange music that much. You knew who tech was.
Yeah.
Did you realize you were walking into a Powerhouse after you heard some of these dudes spit, like Chris, Recognize, UB got him? Like, I mean, did you get into soon like, where the holy shit? Like, I really need to bring my fucking A game here.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, so I went to Strange. I went to Travis and Tech on like some Shark Tank shit. Because FBA is my, Strange at the time, right? I'm releasing music through there, and we're selling merch. I'm tattooed on me. This is my whole entire fucking existence, and I'm like, fuck every label. Now I'm at that point, by the way. Before Strange, I went from like, I worked for all the labels, they fucked me over. Then I started my own shit with my girl, me and my girl against the world, Bonnie and Clyde. Fuck out my face, we're taking over the game, and I'm not signing a deal with no one. I'm not making another dollar from anybody else unless it comes from me. That's how I felt for 3 years. And we were paying the fucking, we were paying the rent and moving. Like, we were actually like surviving, where my girl quit her job bartending. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, this is our business now. So we walked in there, and when I saw it, our first pitch was like a Shark Tank thing. Like, hey, we want X investment for X% of FBA and da-da-da. And FBA also has, we were working with Jamie Wilson at the time, who's in the Be Someone video. And if you follow Jamie, I think Jamie's up to 600,000 followers, and Heidi Klum and Amy Schumer's support, and follow him. And, he's got more following than I do. I work with, Justina Valentine. I was on short tour. She's from Wild 'N Out. So I'm trying to put all these people together and call them like, yo, FBA, da-da-da, and I'm trying to put together this package so he could see what we're doing and invest, and he was down. He was like into it. And then he started really tuning into what we were doing and my little 300 people shows and my music. And instead of investing in FBA, Travis came back and said, hey, we want to sign Jehry as an artist to Strange. And I was like, what? I was like, me? No. I was like, no, I'm just like the little guy on the label. There's bigger people. We want to do the whole label thing. And like you just said, once I really got into it, started like seeing what it is, I was like, damn, this is a fucking honor, dude. Like, I feel like you don't say no. You know what I mean? There's like the amount of people that have, so basically you get to where you want to go sometimes, like not even deliberately trying to get there. That was not the mission. I did not want to sign to Strange Music in the beginning. That wasn't my thought. I just didn't even think that was a possibility. I was almost so far past the idea of something like that. I wasn't trying to get a record deal at that point. I was like, fuck record deals. You know what I mean? But this isn't, this is one of one. You know what I mean? Strange Music is one of one, dude. That literally, there's nothing like this. Like, we don't, they don't comply to any sort of fucking, I mean, my music, for instance, like we said before, even just, that was my main thing. Oh, you want to sign me, but are you going to change up do I got to do a rap record? Oh, I get it. I got to do a rap record because I'm Strange. And Tech came in the office like, dude, we want to sign you to do you. He's like, we want you to do the shit that you do. I'm like, what? I was like, you sure about that? Like, I thought there was a catch. And, it's been almost a year now. And just the realest motherfuckers in the world. They're that real, dude. Yeah. So I knew it was a powerhouse right away, of course, man.
You could argue that, I mean, obviously you have like Shady Records from like the early 2000s, but you could really argue Strange Music has the, you put them in a room bar for bar.
Yep.
If you put that lineup in a room, not a lot of people could fuck with you guys. I mean, 100%. That's just for me.
Yeah, and that's what's funny is I didn't really look at myself as like a rapper per se at that point, because like I don't know, I don't really know what my you know my music. So if you listen to my music, it's hard to just say like I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like, oh damn, like you said, like yo, I gotta step it up. And you know, and they were scared like, yo, don't get caught up in that mentality and then try to be like the best rapper in the world. Like do your music. And Yeah, so there was that too. There was like a month or two where I was like, yo, I think I need to just become a better rapper. You know, being around these motherfuckers spitting like that. Like I'm like, damn, I don't even know if I deserve this shit. And you know, there was like a moment of that too. But then I realized what the reason I deserve it is because of the uniqueness of what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And just continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's been winning. So yeah, but man, so much love to everyone, dude. They like it really is like a fucking family. Like Strange Music is the realest fucking people I've ever met. And like there's no reason for them to not be real. It's like, why even talk to me? Then why even, you know what I mean? Like they don't even have a reason to fucking talk to me. You know what I'm saying? At all. So at the end of the day, it's just like the only reason they're there is because they really believe in the shit and they really understand my vision and they get it. You know what I mean? So
but that's a perfect fit for you because Tech came up doing his own shit the whole time.
yes, exactly. Well, I think that's where the similarity is.
Yeah, he was taking a mic with an amp to a park and just rapping for hours. Like, yo, some of the craziest shit. You know?
He would still do that too. That's why I love that motherfucker.
Yeah, I would imagine he would do that shit.
Crooked Eye actually tweeted like something along the lines, what more does Tech have to do to be considered one of the greatest of all time? Like it's true too. Like
Really?
it's unreal. Like you get the, I think just because like the major label, even though Strange is, but it's not, you're not going to hear it on Hot 97 or
Right.
you know,
They don't fuck with us like on see, that's the thing. Like even the blogs and shit, you know what I mean? Like they're just their own shit. They're one of one.
right, and that's what's amazing. I love
What year did he start? What year did Tech like
Start rapping?
90s?
I think the 80s.
Tech was
80s?
signed to Tech was actually signed to Quincy Jones, which is
Really?
I mean, I don't know if you guys know Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy Jones is the actress is I know Quincy Jones.
Not a lot of people know that. And the thing is like that was in the same way I was working with Universal and shit, like that was not his fit. Like it was you know, he was fucking with like Tupac and shit at the time. Like Quincy Jones was fucking with Tupac and shit. So Tech knew Tupac well, you know, they met a couple times and they were kind of in the same you know, label. I don't want to speak too much on that. That would be the quote. Jehry Robinson says Tupac. I don't know. But yeah, you know, they were about the same shit, and that wasn't really the, you know, correct route for him. You know, even though he had that deal. So it was like he was doing it in, you know, I think 96, 97, 98, and Strange formed in 2000. It was like just finding that. I think that when you say that the greatest of all time, it's so subjective. It's like to who? To publications that I don't even think matter at the end of the day, because it's like there's so much different things. Like they like I was giving Joe Rogan as an example before. I read an article the other day that said that being on Joe Rogan is the fastest way to notoriety. So like Joe Rogan has more power than any record label, any fucking like TV syndication deal. If Joe Rogan say, "Hey, Jehry Robinson, I want to interview you," my life would change more than say Fox putting me on a fucking sitcom.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that's crazy.
Jerry, I would hope you would say, "I'm sorry, I'm busy with the TruExact show tonight."
Yeah, I definitely would. I'm just kidding. If Joe Rogan hears this, I did not just say that. No, I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan. I actually just made
for men.
Yeah, I just made a Joe Rogan freestyle thing that I'm gonna drop. I'm actually gonna drop probably next week. So
are you allowed to say that?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. But I love Joe Rogan, man. I could listen to that shit. Like I'm on the road a lot, and like I do music every second. So like I like to put in my headphones. Sometimes I like to not put music in my fucking headphones. So
I totally agree.
I love that. I love a lot of podcasts, man. I'm a big podcast like buff. So that's why I said I'll do every podcast, because I like conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this talk has been pretty fucking amazing, man. Like you inspired us all. I mean, me personally, like I love hearing your guys' story. I know, like Eric was like, Eric loves your shit, and he was like, I want to just figure out this dude. I think we
I want to know about more about
I mean,
yo, honestly, the goal with like, especially 2020, the whole album, like my goal was like, if you listen to it, I remember when I was younger, I was like a little kid, and Eminem, the Slim Shady LP, maybe I was fucking shit. I don't even know. I don't even know how old I was, but I was obsessed with that. And I remember thinking like, I knew so much about that dude from the Slim Shady LP. Yeah. Like I knew that like his wife's name's Kim. He's got a daughter named Haley. He
Right.
came up in a trailer park. He
Right.
fucking struggles with drug addiction. He fantasized about chopping people up with chainsaws and shit. Like, you just kind of like knew this motherfucker. And I said that, like, you know, on this album, I was like, I just want to make sure I say enough to the point where, like, when someone listens to it, they know me a little bit. Like, they could be like, oh, okay. And then I feel like, generally speaking, like, a lot of the interviews I'm doing, people are like, oh, dude, you're like the guy in the thing. I'm like, perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I did that. Because it was even to a point where I was picking songs to, like, I rearranged some of the songs. Because I literally, like, I know a lot of artists bullshit or whatever. Like, I'm definitely not here to bullshit anybody. But I have, like, 1,000 records probably. Like, and I feel like they're all equally the same as what you heard on my album, you know, like I could just keep releasing songs for, like, if I died, I got like 15 fucking albums, you know what I mean?
Like the new Tupac, this every year.
Yeah, exactly. I made 2 songs last night that I think are fucking dope, you know what I mean? So, like, I just wanted to make sure that, because I'm just making songs, I'm like, yeah, but I want to make sure that these people know a little bit about me, and you know, I feel like I'm missing that in a lot of artists that I like. You know what I mean? A lot of, even like good rappers, like you could be a good rapper and I'm like, yo, this person's got bars, yo, they one of the greatest. But I listen to the album and I'm like, who is this dude? Like, what is he about?
Right.
Yeah.
And when we were
You know what I'm saying? I
there
don't
was a lot of concept albums to where, like, you'd have 18 tracks of people kind of like explaining them as a person. Now it's more like 8 songs and they're all over the place. Like, you know, so I get what you're saying. You were more intact with who the person was back then, it felt like.
Yeah, I think so. And then I was like, yo, if I have, you know, because you also realize, like, I don't know if you guys seen, like, Backburner. I have a video called Backburner, and, like, we rented a vintage Rolls Royce, and that was a vision, like, I had. I was like, yo, I want this, like, vintage Rolls Royce and this classy, like, 1920s/2020, you know what I'm saying, whatever. That was the vision. So it's like, what I forget is that what you say in the music is so fucking important, and there's responsibility that a lot of artists lack. And it's like, these kids, to close that point, these kids hit me up like, yo, you still drive the old Rolls Royce, you know, like, that's in a music video that I rented, but there's 13-year-old kids and they think I'm running around riding in this fucking old Rolls Royce every day. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me like, it's like Eminem, the way I am. Like, I was a young kid, like, he was falling from the building in the video. Yeah. Like, I didn't know what a green screen was. I said, yo, did he really jump off that fucking building and survive? That guy's crazy. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit that I'm like, that's scary. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I have to be conscious of that type of shit, because these kids are 12 and 11 and they're fucking listening to this and they think that what I'm saying is Bible. They're not saying like, oh, he's just fucking around, you know, whatever. It's like, nah, dude, if I say like, you know, like, even like some of the Eminem stuff, like, I learned what fucking Vicodin was and STDs and shit, you know, like, and I'm not necessarily, that's not really, I don't want that to be my place in their life, is the guy who told them about fucking, you know, the negative shit. They could just watch the news or go on fucking Google for that. But for me, it's like, I'm going to tell you the other side a little bit and be like, hey, you don't have to submit to all the fucking social norms and you know what I mean, and be miserable your whole fucking life. You could do other things, you know what I mean? So whatever. Yeah, that's just a point I realized. Like, damn, these kids really take it serious. I forgot about that. I forgot how serious my 11-year-old self took that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jehry, we like to do one final thing. It's called Gun to Your Head. Before we do that, I'm going to go one last round table. Brian, XS, do you guys have anything?
No, I mean, any other questions that I thought of, you kind of like answered them in the responses of things.
Oh, dope.
Are you living in Kansas City right now?
Yeah, I'm actually like right around the block from Strange Music, and I'm living here for the next couple months to work on another project. But yeah, this has been like the main. Honestly, it wasn't really necessarily certain until the pandemic. But man, a lot nicer to be in Kansas City, Missouri than New York City during a global pandemic. I found that out. So yeah, it's definitely a different vibe here. So yeah, I'm in Kansas City now.
Yeah, I worked in the city until the pandemic, and the subways, like NJ Transit, Times Square was empty. It was like some I Am Legend shit. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I went back last month, man. I went to Times Square, dude, and yeah, it felt that way. I think it's still, to be honest, it probably still does. I think Manhattan, and I don't know about Brooklyn and shit. Brooklyn, it was like block parties. Like Brooklyn was like, there will be so many dope like documentaries and movies and shit made about this year, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To see. Like just the underground shows that I seen and shit going on like in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to Times Square. I went to Penn Station, dude, and I cried. Because I'd never ever seen since I was a little boy. I was in Penn Station fucking 4 times a week my whole life, and I've never seen it like that ever.
Yeah.
I've just never seen nobody there. I didn't think it would do that to me. It made me feel fucking like apocalyptic.
Yeah.
I Am Legend shit. It really did, I was like, damn, man, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot in New York. So yeah, shout out. You guys are in Jersey though. Is Jersey okay? You guys are open, kind of back to normal.
It's all right. The restaurants are suffering a bit, obviously, but listen, man, it is what it is, you know. It sucks.
It sucks.
It could be worse. I mean, like we're alive, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jehry, I gotta take the negative and move to the positive.
Yeah, move that.
There it is.
Inspiration. You should speak at colleges and shit. But I have one more question. So since you signed last year, 2019, right? And you released the album 2020. Where do you think you would be? This is like a shitty question, I guess. But like, if the pandemic didn't happen, I feel like you would have gone on tour. More people would have seen you. Like, but did you kind of maneuver that? Like, how did you maneuver that? Like, release more music on YouTube? Because that's really, I mean, things are different, you know, every year. I feel like now people are attracted to YouTube. But like, Brian was over the other night with my roommate, and we're showing each other YouTube rap videos. Like we're 15 again. We're like, look at this guy. Did you see this video? You know, like
right. I think it's that way. Maybe there was some silver lining of like more people were home to stream it. There was also a lot of artists chose to. At that time, I was dropping like EPs and shit right when it happened. I dropped the Daylight video with Tech. I dropped it like the second day we got like locked down and everybody was flipping the fuck out. And I literally felt bad. I was like, oh man, like who cares? Like I think I made a post like, hey, this video just came out. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to. All right, bye. Like I just felt like, dude, I don't even want to fucking bother people with my shit right now because it was that crazy. But yeah, I think I missed out on a lot. Yeah, we would have did the Interfere tour. I had a lot of dates on there, and who knows, man? Maybe I'd be the biggest artist in the world if the pandemic didn't happen, or maybe not. I really don't know. I think there was definitely some positives that came out of it too, though. You know what I mean? I think people got more. Now it's like when at the point then doing shows to now, it's like, wow, I have a lot more people to do shows for. Then I would have just jumped out. You know what I mean? Like I grew a lot. Like there's thousands and thousands of people that became like hardcore fans in the past like couple months. So, but I mean, there was definitely sad days where I knew I was supposed to be like on tour and like I was stuck in the crib and like I'd get the notification of like what city I'm supposed to be in on my phone and just have like a bad hour of like, just don't talk to me right now. You know what I'm saying? But we're just human, man. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. Excess, any questions before we get to the gun to your head or no?
Well, it's more of a comment, I guess, but it's just pertaining to the whole, like the eliminate fear, like mindset.
Yeah.
And I love it because it resonates because, well, I've been playing drums pretty much my whole life, like in total for 27 years now. I'm 30 years old. But my like focus, like my craft has been in rudimental snare drumming, which I've been doing for the past 15, 16 years. And I've been teaching it. I've been teaching it for the past 10 years. And I teach a local high school drumline.
Okay.
And literally for the past 10 years, I've been teaching my high school students that, you know, when it comes to drumming, not just drumming, but also performing and being on the field in front of people, you can't approach it like, you know, I hope you like this. You know, you have to approach it like you have something that they didn't even know that they need in their life, and you're just like, boom, here it is. And it's just, I guess the thing is that's like that hit me. It's like it never fails to blow my mind. Like with more people that I speak to who are doing this music thing, even though it's completely separate from drumming and drumline, there's just so many parallels that I've been seeing that apply to this rap thing. And It's just really cool.
Well, like that, I like that advice. Well, sometimes also it's about, and in no disrespectful way, I say it to myself all the time, like take your own advice that you give to the kids.
Dude, exactly. And that's why it's like blowing my mind that I keep hearing this shit. It's
Right,
I got to practice what I preach a little bit here.
I was always a preacher. I was depressed, fucking, trying to, thinking about suicide, but I'd still be like, yo, man, you got to go out there and get your dreams, and then go home and fucking cry by myself. Like, I always did that. And it's like, wait, why the fuck do I tell people this and I don't think that way? So I get that. And what was that? Oh, you got it. Yeah, what'd you say? You show up? Like, I like that. You show up.
Yeah, it's like you just don't approach it like, here, I hope you like this. You got to approach it like they didn't even know that they needed it, and now you're just like, boom, here it is, and now they have to have it.
That in life right there, though. Yeah. Like in life right there. Like, I'm not just like, I'm dropping I got my first album is no, fuck that, yo. It's just gonna be the greatest. You got that Khaled. I say everybody needs a little Kanye West, DJ Khaled energy sometimes. And you see what I just did right there, and even the way I'm speaking right now, right? Before I was talking different, but now I'm like, yo, guys, check it out. Hold on, is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? Listen, yo, this album, right? I got everything ready. I got Tech 9 right now. Tech 9's excited. I'm excited, right? Everybody in here is a little more excited now because it's going to be the greatest album you ever heard. Opposed to, well, it's coming out soon, and I hope everybody takes a listen to it. No, nobody wants. Who the fuck wants to listen to that?
Yeah,
who the fuck wants to listen to it? And the thing is, you have to believe that. Like, when I'm talking about my album, yo, Tech 9's on it, Jelly Roll's on it. I'm not joking. These are incredible artists. These are incredible people. This is an incredible album. This is incredible body work. I believe that. So it's not a problem. I'm not faking the funk if I'm out there like, yo, go check out my album. I promise you're gonna like that shit. I'm being more energetic now, but I mean it. You know what I'm saying? I mean
selling that shit. That's the thing.
Yeah. So walking around like that, you always win. Don't even give people that opening to say something sly. Don't even give them like, what's up? What's up? What's you saying? Like, if someone whispers something or tries to hate, I'm the type of, what's up, bro? What'd you say? No, you said something?
You're also from the north.
Holla at me, man. Say it with your chest, bro. You got a problem? Is there a thing? Is there something going on? Does anybody have a problem with me? Does anybody want to hurt me in this room right now? Because if they do, let's iron that shit out, because no one's going to ever fucking hurt me right now. No one's going to kill me. No one's ever going to hurt me. That doesn't happen. So, like, I'm just going to make sure everybody in the room knows, if you have an issue, I'm right here. We're gonna iron that shit out. Can I finish speaking now? Cool. And if you move like that, some people may not like you. There's people that don't like me. Sure, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I am who I am. I'm not going to change who I am because they don't like me. I'm just going to do my thing. But, yeah, it's almost like, part of that is like a defense mechanism too, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to almost have that, because I came up battle rapping in Queens and fucking taking the Long Island Railroad to Queens to go to a barbershop with like 30 fucking people, and I would be like the white boy in there, the only guy that looks like me, and right away, as soon as I'm about to go, it's like, fuck out of here, and someone goes over me. That can only happen so many times before I walk in like, hey, what's good, guys? Y'all ready? I got some shit for y'all. It's only, or it's gonna eat you alive and you're not gonna go back to the battle. But I wanted to battle because I had shit to say. So I'm like, if the only way I was able to even get on the mic and grab the fucking mic is to walk up, grab the fucking mic, and be like, yo, I'm right here. Because no one gave me the mic. They still don't want to give me the mic. I'm still out here trying to get it. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. You got to do it. I like that though. I like that. Apply that, dude. And good luck with that, with the drumming and all that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Jehry, we got into a lot of like deep shit here, man. I really enjoyed it. We like to do something a little fun at the end. It's called Gun to Your Head. It's like a would you rather. We each ask 2 questions. You just got to pick a winner and an answer to each question, all right? There's a little wordplay involved. It's not your, Coke or Pepsi, Doritos. We try to do some wordplay, all right? You ready?
All right, let's do it. All
right. So I'll go first on this one.
So wait, I just say the word, I just say what I think of?
Yeah. Answer the question, pretty much.
Well, yeah, answer the question, yeah.
All right.
All right, cool.
So for 1 week, would you rather watch Harry Potter or do pottery with a guy named Harry?
Harry Potter. I don't know who Harry is or what he's about. But, sounds like a weird time.
Would you rather be in the Foo Fighters or see a reunion of the Fugees?
Oh, reunion of the Fugees. I love the Fugees.
Figured you're a Wyclef guy there. Yeah.
It's
easy.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. So there's the H in the middle of your name. Would you rather everyone mistake it and always call you Jehry, or never be able to pronounce any H noises again?
It's really good.
Everyone mispronounce it because I got to rap, so I got to pronounce all the H noises.
I knew that was
I need all the noises. Yeah.
This is okay. Would you rather go to war with Tony Montana or live in Montana for a year with a stranger named Tony?
Wait, what was the first one? Go to war with Tony Montana?
With Tony Montana. Yeah, I don't know.
I would definitely probably live with the stranger. I ain't fucking with Tony Montana.
But you won't go to pottery class with Harry?
Nope. Tony's a much more inviting name.
Yeah, he's from Long Island.
Tony sounds okay, man. Harry sounds a little creepy. All right, let's go.
Brian,
I'm from New York, bro. Everybody's named Tony. You know what I mean?
Hey, this
Exactly. Tony. Tony sounds like my brother.
right, yeah.
All right. Would you rather listen to the soundtrack of Fiddler on the Roof every day for a year or be stuck on a roof with nothing but a fiddle?
I'm gonna listen to the soundtrack at least. Fuck it. Yeah. I don't like heights.
All right. Would you rather eat 10 quarter pounders with cheese or eat a quarter pound of cheese in 10 minutes?
Fuck. I'm gonna go with the 10 quarter pounders, which sounds horrible, but I don't think I can eat that much cheese. I like a quarter pounder.
All right, Jerry, you got to pick a winner here. What was your favorite question?
I'm gonna go with the Harry Potter shit. That's
Yes!
hysterical.
I just
You got way too happy.
I haven't.
And he's not happy about it, so I'm glad I picked it. He's really happy about that.
You've been there before.
I have.
Show some class. You got no class, yo.
Watch Harry Potter for a week or do pottery with a guy named Harry. Yeah, that.
You're right. It was a great question.
I disagree,
But we don't
but
play
okay.
favorites here. Jerry, this was really fun, man. I hope you had a good time. I hope it was different than other interviews you've done.
Wait. First off, I want to commend you guys. You didn't act like maybe one or two, but like literally, I feel like a lot of people start a podcast, and then even some of the bigger ones. And I said this on another one, and then I'm probably offending other people. Again, don't really care. A lot of people just must Google like 10 questions to ask an artist, and then they all ask the same fucking question. So yeah, it gets like sometimes I get a little bit like I agree to do all the podcasts. I'm like, all right, here we go. But this was actually this was a blast. I appreciate y'all. Also, I don't know if you guys follow me, I'll follow back, man.
Yep.
Whatever. Keep in touch, man. I love the East Coast vibes too, and the fact that y'all know Strange so well on the East Coast is rare. Because I feel like
no, it's huge.
New York, New Jersey.
XSIQ over here. That's his favorite label of all time, honestly.
Sure.
So yeah.
Word.
I have to ask too for like a minute, just if possible. If not, and I know you and Tara have to go, that's fine. He actually has rapped for Yubi before and rapped for DJ Hoppa. If XS Kid IQ spit something really quick, can you give us?
Yeah, let's go.
All right,
Yeah,
go for it, buddy.
Appreciate it. All right, word. I'm gonna do this is a verse called "The Sleepless 24."
let's get it.
Word. Yet again, a sleepless night, it's time for another lullaby. You know I gotta get the sequence right, so I devise up another bunch to try. You never seen impulse like mine? When I catapult my mind, I'm fiendish, making them squeamish, but I'm leaving them screaming. What a guy, there's something inside you, muddied with lies. I'm one amongst you, we covered the rhyme to cover the rubble under from the struggle with one another, overcome it and rise. When you look up at the skies, are you provoked with thought? When you think about your life, you taking full advantage of it or not? If you tend to forget it, we're looking better and better. We cut the head of a veteran, coming deadly as ever. You gotta let it the dread if you ever want to be getting instead of looking at everyone thinking negatively. Maybe sever the rhetoric with the venomous element. If you get them ahead of it, we can tell for the hell of it. I'm a devil with the flesh, we keep it heavy, no guessing. We go and revel the exit a second, definitely. And of course, just when I feel as though I might have left an impression, snap, you're wrong. It's just an afterthought. There's no flexing for second. So I keep my methods reckless with an unrelenting aggression. On a quest to leave them perplexed in my endless pursuit for perfection. You're stepping with the legend. Can't believe it that you're second guessing. Quick to redirect your hex inception. Let it deep into your head, infested, left for dead, never to be mentioned. There's a reason for no recollection. Undefeated, under stress, no question. We're the seekers of direct injection. Never gonna let them in. If they can't even sense me at 40% at half max speed, how they ever gonna try to come a step to me when I'm running a full tank? I'll be laughing, please. I just did this thing 10 different ways, like a flipping trapeze. All right, for real. I'm actually gonna go and try to snag some sleep. Peace.
Hey,
Yo, that shit was fire, dude. That was fucking I can see that Strange is your favorite label, man. That shit was
major influence.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel like that was 10 out of 10, man. For real. That shit keep fucking grinding. That everybody tries to everybody tries to chop, man. And I didn't really know what that I didn't really understand what chop meant, to be honest, until recently. But you are a chopper, my friend. You just chopped that shit the fuck down, bro. That shit was fire, dude.
Thank you so much.
Definitely hit me up, man. Follow me. Let's talk, dude. That was
I
dope.
got you, man.
Jerry, do you know Benefit? Being from the East Coast, the rapper Benefit. Best rap, one of the most underrated rappers of all time, right? Like,
bro, I mean, I'm actually like a really big fan of Benefit.
Yeah,
me
This is
too.
one of the first.
Everyone is.
bro,
You guys are like, you guys are what, 30? Someone said 29,
33, 33.
Yeah.
I'm the same age, man. When I was fucking 12, Proceed with Caution.
Bro,
Yo.
Oh my God.
Bro, my half my name, TruExact, I got it from his song.
Oh fuck. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you one thing. I thought everyone said he died.
Right, yep, because he
That's
said
not-
the
that's not
N-word in
true.
a battle or some shit. Yeah, that was a rumor.
He said the N-word in the battle. Is that what
That
happened?
was the rumor. That was the rumor.
Yeah.
Why he got
Oh
killed.
no, I thought he actually I heard that he actually passed away, like he was dead. And then I found him recently, cause I'm talking like 6 months ago, because my mind went like, damn, Benefit, man. I
Yeah.
wonder what he's doing, and DM'd him, man. He left me on scene. Let's keep it real. Benefit, holla at me. Let's work. Yeah, he left me on scene. I was like, yo, really, bro? Like, I'm not even. I don't even know. What his follower count is or anything like that. But I kind of remember looking at his page and going, oh, damn, yo, this guy's like really accessible. And then I hit him up and he didn't respond. I was
He
like,
doesn't, but that's not even a knock. From everyone I've talked to, like people, like he doesn't respond to, like he's a ghost, man. Like
Maybe he doesn't. Yeah, maybe he doesn't use. I mean, I think it was on scene though. I can't say it was definitely seen, but I was fucking around. But y'all should try to get him on here because like I feel like there's a niche group of people that probably really give a fuck
Bro,
about.
I would give, like, that's my number 1 or 2 guy to talk to. Like, that motherfucker has so much influence on me as far as, like, trying to rap and stuff. And, like, he's like Kaiser Sose. He's like a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't even fucking know him if you saw him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if he had like any like photos. Like I kind of know what he looks like, but I remember that with the little mic and the sound card.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, man. Actually, I do know. And what was it? Friends. The song Friends.
Yep, I throw me on my back with my real. And So Sick was
I don't
amazing.
even think that man ever made a video or nothing.
Nothing.
He was like,
Yo, he didn't do any.
This
no
is
more. Hit me
someone
if you
from
need
the
me.
North.
We over here, man. Much love, guys. Keep grinding. Keep doing this. Don't stop, man. That's
Thank
the key.
you. I love talking to people from the Northeast. See you guys.
Yeah, me too, man. Much love.